Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Doris. I'm here to share with you about my stock account and today's market update. Today is Saturday, so let's talk about the market. There are some warnings about the recent market optimism towards a soft landing, and then the market may be underestimating the inflation risk, and it may be too early to declare that a soft landing is inevitable. Over the last trading day of 2023, Summers poured cold water on upbeat expectations that the progress on inflation is not as big as people had hoped, and the scope for Fed easing is not as big as he hoped. On Friday, Lawrence Summers, former Treasury Secretary and the current board member of OpenAI, said markets were quickly turning to expectations of Fed easing and investors could underestimate the risk of inflation. I think there is a risk that the market is likely to underestimate. Inflation is not as much progress as hoped, and the Fed is not as much room as expected. Mr. Summers said he was not sure whether the Fed whether the U.S. was a country with persistent 2% inflation target. He noted that the federal wages increase, general strikes, labor market tensions, and geopolitical risks and rising house prices are all potential sources of inflationary pressures. So he believes it premature to announce a so-called soft landing. According to him, he said, I will of course say that it looks better, but a soft landing is hope over experience. But sometimes hope may also overcome experience. This year, U.S. inflation has fallen faster than Fed officials and market expectations, who now expect 7 rate cuts for a total of 75 basis points next year, while future market expectation for more than 1.5 percentage points next year. Summers also suggests that the U.S. would have to increase defense spending and pay more attention to national security in the face of escalating global conflicts. Defense spending will likely to be much higher than current forecasts. The U.S. approach to national security is no longer feasible and will have to invest more in all aspects of national security. BOA Securities recently listed the top 9 black swans in 2024, and the top 2 are which the Summers mentioned. The first one is the Fed is tightening too early and inflation is coming back. U.S. financial conditions are the most relaxed since May 2022, which could trigger another rise of inflation, force the Fed to turn hawk again, dropping a nuclear bomb for U.S. stocks. Number 2, overly optimistic, believing the economy can recover until the outbreak. Economic data and interest rates show the post-pandemic landscape, but some markets are pricing the U.S. back to the pre-pandemic days. Overly optimistic expectations are a risk in itself. So while having this optimism for the next year's performance is beneficial to the investors' expectation, however, it is not sustainable as markets may also gradually become aware of the potential lagbacks of the soft landing. So please be careful in your investing experience and the performance of the stock market overall next year. This is all I have for today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next episode.